Hi everyone, how are you my dear children? Hope you all are safe and fine. Today we are going to discuss significant figures. Significant figures. Easy one, but important for NEET and even mains, but easy. When we are measuring, what is the significant figures? First we will try to understand. When we are measuring something, do you think all the digits of the measurement or measured value is significant? Do you think so? How to decide? Suppose, let us take an example. Mass of body A is given 12 kg. Okay? And mass of body B is given this. Okay? You have to find out the ratio of both the masses. So that means 12.0 by 7.0. How much you will get? If you will calculate, you will get like this 1.71428 like this. Here, do you think all the digits are significant? All the digits cannot be significant. The quotient cannot have so many reliable digits. So, significant figures or significant digits are those digits that are reliable. That means up to how many digits our measurement is correct, that we are confident of. We will consider only those digits. Okay? So, more significant means more significant digits. That means more accurate our measurement is. So, more significant figures means, or more significant digits means, more accurate our measurement is. Is it clear what is significant figures? So, now we will discuss some of the rules how to count significant figures. We will discuss some rules. Rules for counting significant figures. Can I write like this? Significant figures. First rule, all non-zero digits are significant. All non-zero digits are significant. What is this? Let us try to understand with an example. Let us, number x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. These are non-zero digits. So, how many significant? 4 significant figures are there. Digits are there, or figures are there. Suppose x is equal to 789. How many significant digits? 3 significant digits. Is it clear? First rule, easy one. Then, what is the second rule? Second rule is zeros occurring in between two non-zero digits. So, zeros occurring in between, that means trapped between, zeros occurring in between two non-zero digits, two non-zero digits are significant. Have you noted it down? How to understand this? Again, with an example we can understand this. Suppose x is equal to 1 point, tell me any guesses? 0708. How many significant figures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zeros are trapped between significant digits, between non-zero digits. Okay? So that means 5 significant figures. Or you can say another number, x is equal to 1003. Again zeros are trapped between that. So how many zeros? 2 zeros. So how many significant digits? 4 significant digits. Suppose x is equal to 100.006, or you can say 003, any number you just take. How many significant digits? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All zeros are significant over here. That means 6 significant digits. Is it clear? Second rule. Now we'll discuss the third rule. Easy one. What is the third rule? Third rule is initial zeros, or you can say leading zeros. Initial zeros, or you can say leading zeros are not significant. Leading zeros are not significant. Example, how to understand this? Easily you can visualize with an example. Suppose 0.0057. How many significant? These are leading zeros. This is not significant. That means how many significant digits? 2. 2 significant digits. These are not significant. Okay. Now suppose 0.00302. How many significant digits? This is significant. This is trapped in between. Just now we have discussed. That means these are your significant. So 3 significant digits. Okay. Or 0.003004. How many significant digits? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 significant digits. Is it clear, this rule? Easy one. So what is the next rule? Initial zeros are not significant. Then what about the trailing zeros? Or you can say ending zeros? Is it significant? Trailing zeros, or you can say ending zeros. Are they significant? These are significant. When? If there is a decimal point in a number. If there is a decimal point. These are significant if there is a decimal number. Example, x is equal to 0.00050200. How many significant digits? These are not significant, but these are trailing zeros, and this is trapped between 2 significant figures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 significant figures. Is it clear? Now let us take another example. 3. Practice, children. 250. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 significant figures. Okay. Suppose x is equal to 3500. How many significant figures? Anybody? Any guesses? See, trailing zero. If there is no decimal number. This is not a decimal number. That means these 2 zeros are not significant. So we have only 2 significant digits. Please children, be careful. Okay. Suppose 25000. Now tell me, how many significant digits? Is it confusing? See, 1, 2, 3, but these zeros will count because decimal number is there. So that means decimal is there. 5 significant digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? This rule also. Now, fifth rule. What is the fifth rule? Fifth rule is, when you are changing units, it will not change the number of significant digits. Change of units, meter to decimeter, meter to centimeter, kilometer to meter. So change of units does not change the number of significant digits or significant figures. Does not change the number of significant figures. Okay. We'll take an example. x is equal to 5.4 meter. How many centimeter? Into 100. So that means 540 centimeter. It is correct. See here how many significant figures? 2 significant figures. What about this? How many significant figures? Again 2 significant figures. Does not change the number of here 2. When you are changing the unit also 2 significant figures. This is your trailing zero without any decimal point. Is it clear, children? Now suppose x is equal to 3.0 kilometer. We have to convert it to meter. So if you write like this, is it correct? See, it is not correct. We are telling how? 3 kilometer, na? 3000 meter. See, we have written it differently. What? 3.0. So how many significant digits? Here 2 significant digits. That means we can't present it like this. So how to present? Here only 1 significant digit is there. But we need 2 significant digits. So can we write 3.0 into 10 to the power 3 meter? Is it correct? Now how many? Only 2. This rule I am going to discuss right now. How will not consider it as significant digits. So 3.0. So again 2 significant digits. So it is correct. But this is wrong. Okay. Let us discuss this rule. Rule number 6. What is rule number 6? Order of magnitude is not significant. Order of magnitude is not significant. We'll take an example. Give an example. Any cases? Take any name. Suppose 5.6 into 10 to the power 2. 5.6 into 10 to the power 2. How many significant figures? 2. 1, 2. 2 significant figures. This is not significant. Okay? This is not significant. Only 2 significant figures. Is it clear, children? Suppose we'll write 5000. How many significant figures? Only 1 significant figures. We can write 5 into 10 to the power 3. This is, see, this is 1 significant figures. Here also 1 significant figures. It is correct. Okay. Suppose another example we'll take so that we'll avoid all the confusion. We should not get confused in exam. Okay. And there will be the pressure of exam also. With that also your all the thoughts will get disturbed. Suppose 1300. How many significant digits? Only this. So 2 significant digits. So we can express it as 1.3 into 10 to the power cube. Is it okay? Here also 2 significant digits. But if we will write like this, okay, we will write like this. Is it correct? No, because here there will be 4 significant digits. Okay? Okay. Now the last rule, that is rule number 7. Pure numbers or constant have infinite significant figures. Pure numbers or constants, okay, have infinite significant figures. Okay. Circumference of a circle having radius r. Circumference, example, we'll try to understand. Circumference S is equal to 2 pi r. See, this 2. This is your pure number. Okay. It has got infinite significant figures. We'll be telling how. Because we can represent 2 as 2.0, 2 significant figures, or we can write 2.00, or 2.000 like this. We can write like this also. And all these are significant figures. Hope we have understood. Pure numbers are constant, have infinite significant figures. Okay? Okay. Now we move to the next part, that is your round off. How to round up the things. Rounding off. Rounding off. How to do? We'll understand this with an example. Suppose in question it is there rounding off to two significant figures. Question is there rounding off to two significant figures. We will take an example. First example, x is equal to 7.82. Okay. Now you have to round up to two significant figures. That means 1, 2. So we will write like this 7.8. One more thing. Here these 2 is less than 5. These 2 is less than 5. So that means we will keep it as it is, 7.8. Suppose your x is 7.89. Now tell me how to round off. It will be 7.9 as this 9. This 9 is greater than 5. So that's why we are increased. We will raise this number by 1. Okay. Suppose x is equal to 7.853. How much? How much it is? It will be 7.9. Interesting. Now see, this is two significant figures, but here 5 is there. When exactly 5 is there, what will do? One rule, please write it down. If 5 is there and if it is followed by a non-zero number, if it is followed by a non-zero number, then will increase by 1. Is it clear? When 5 is there and it is followed by a non-zero number, will increase by 1, this particular significant number. Is it clear? Okay. Let us discuss some more examples. Hope you people are writing it and please practice. Now x is equal to 7.850. Again round up to two significant digits. How to write? Again 5 is there. Now we'll write 7.8. Tell me the rule. You have to tell me the rule. Now 7.8 not 8. We'll write 7.350. Tell me how to round up to the two significant figures. Here we'll write 7.4. That means here it is raising. Then what is the rule? See, is here 5. We have just now discussed for the non-zero followed by non-zero number. Now 0 is over here. So if 5 is there and if it is followed by 0, then we have to check the previous digit. If the previous digit is even, then keep the number as it is. Here as you can see, same 5 followed by 0, but previous digit is odd. If previous digit is odd, then you have to raise it by 1. Increase it by 1. Is it clear, children? Is it clear? Please write down all these rules. If 5 is there and if it is followed by 0, then we have to check the preceding digit. If it is even, then we'll keep it as it is. That means it is unchanged. If the preceding digit is odd, then you have to increase it by 1. Okay? Now next, we'll discuss arithmetical operation with significant figures. Arithmetical operation with significant figures. That means subtraction, addition, multiplication, division, how to do it with significant figures. Okay. See children, during calculation, how accurate our result is depends on what? It depends on the measurement or the value which is least accurate. Am I correct? How accurate our calculation is, our result is, depends on what? Which is least accurate. Which value is least accurate? Suppose you are adding 5 values of observation, values of 5 observation. Okay? You are measuring the length of the table. Length of the table suppose. And you have taken 5 observation for the length of the table. Then accuracy of the result depends on which observation, which is least accurate. That means the accuracy of the result of a calculation depends on the least accurate measured value. Have you understood? Let us understand this. Suppose x plus y plus z gives you the result. Okay. Now here this y is your least accurate result. Least accurate result. Okay. Now the result is less accurate because of which value? Because of this value. Because of this y. Is it clear? So how accurate our result is depends on our least accurate value or the observation or the value measurement we are considering. Is it clear? Now we'll discuss addition and subtraction. Easy, very easy. What is the rule for addition and subtraction? Result should have same number of decimal places. Result should have same number of decimal places as of the number with the smallest decimal place. As of the number with the smallest decimal places. Now let us try to understand this. So suppose question is given, find the sum of the measurements. This is your example children. With example only we can understand these rules. Sum of measurements suppose. It is given to find out sum of the measurement of 2.1 meter and 1.73 meter. As per the rule, how will do? 1.73 plus 2.1. How much it is? 3.83. See, what is your final result? See that this is the smallest. This number is having only one number after the decimal places. That means your result should have only one digit after the decimal place. That means our answer will be 3.8. Is it clear children? Since this number, you are adding these two numbers, it has got 3 significant figures. It has got 2 significant figures, but we are not considering the significant figures over here. Please note it down. We are only considering the decimal. How many? Here 2 digits are there. Here only 1 digit are there. That means our final result will be 3.8, and mind it. This result has to be rounded off. This result has to be rounded off. Okay? Let us try to understand with another example. Suppose you have to add 1.527, okay, then 1.12, then 3.21. Tell me what is the result? 7, 5, 5 and 6, 8, now 3, 4, 5. This is your result, 5.857. Then what is your final result? See, 2 digits are there after the decimal places. That means our result should have 2 digits after the decimal places. So what we need to write? 5.85. Okay, but what I have told, we have to round off. 5 is there, 5, 7. See, 5.857. Here 7 is there. That means we have to increase it. 5.86. It is rounded off. Is it clear, children? This example, you have to round off after finding the result, not before it. If you keep on rounding this, you will get wrong result. Don't round off each numbers before the final calculation. After the final calculation only you have to round off, but in case of addition and subtraction we have to consider the digits after decimal point. We are not talking about the significant figures. Hope it is clear. Suppose another question is there, 12.587 minus 12.5. Tell me the result. Easy, 0.087. Now your result should be with only 1 digit after the decimal points, but after this there is 8. So if you round off the result, your result will be 0.1. Is it clear now? Okay. Now let us discuss the rules for multiplication and division. Multiplication and division. This is the last part of your significant figures. In next class we will discuss the error analysis, which is easy but again crucial for exam. What is the rule for here? This multiplication and division. The result will have the same number of significant figures. Be careful. Same number of significant figures as of the original number with the smallest significant figures, and the result should be rounded off. Have you noted it down? Should I repeat? The result will have same number of significant figures as of the original number with the smallest significant figures, and the result should be rounded off. 4.6 into 0.128. What is the value? So value will be 0.5888. Okay. Now tell me what we should do. Here how many significant figures? 2. This is the smallest significant figures you will compare to this. This is having 3. Here it is having 2. That means our result should have 2 significant figures. So that means 0.58, but we have to round it off. Since it is 8 is there, we will write 0.59. Is it clear? Is it clear? We will try to understand with another example now. Suppose 4.237 is in question. It is given by 4.237 divided by 2.51. And answer is given, very big answer. 1.688047, then 80, then 876. See how big it is. What should be our result? We have to find out. See what is the number of significant figures over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 1, 2, 3. That means our result should have 3 significant figures. So that means 1, 2, 3, but again 8, so we have to round it off, so we will write like this. This is your answer. Is it clear, children? Easy? Hope it is clear. Hope this video lecture has helped you to understand how to count your significant figures, how to write the result as per the rules for mathematical calculation. So in my next lecture we are going to discuss error analysis. Okay children? Take care children. Thank you for watching.